So, Donald Trump is our 45th president. A lot of people are less than thrilled with this. Probably most people. But in the aftermath of this ridiculous turn of events, a lot of these people are looking to lash out and place blame for this outcome. Now, is placing blame necessarily going to help? Is it really going to do anyone any favors at this stage in the game? Probably not. But hey, it's easy and kind of fun, so let's give it a try. The first thing people like to do is blame third-party voters for taking votes away from their candidate. This is a pretty arrogant opinion. Sure, if there were only two lousy options to choose from, then clearly that third-party voter would have chosen my lousy option. And not only is it arrogant, it's stupid. Johnson and Stein collectively only got 4% of the popular vote, which Clinton won. Looking at it in that light, it wasn't the third-party voters that cost her the election. It was the rigged system. Ironically. Really ironically. Furthermore, this complaint demonstrates a complete misunderstanding of the purpose for voting third party, which is, of course, to force ideas into the political conversation, but that's an entirely different video. More on point, you know how many people voted third party? About 6 million. You know how many eligible voters didn't even show up to vote at all? About 90 million. Maybe, instead of chastising the people who did exercise their right to vote, talk to the 1,700% more people who did fucking nothing. But maybe still, the blame shouldn't go to the voters who didn't choose Clinton. Maybe the blame should go to the people who gave Clinton the nomination. It's common knowledge that Hillary Clinton and Pussy Grab were the two least popular, one might even venture to say most infamous US presidential candidates in history. And yet the DNC did everything they could to snuff out the one person who had a positive favorability rating, so they could run an unpopular at best status quo no-message corporatist against an anti-establishment fearmonger. I'm sure that made sense to them at the time. I hope that made sense to somebody. Just like it made sense to keep the Goldman Sachs speeches secret. Just like it made sense to tell Bernie voters to think smaller. Just like it made sense to call Trump supporters deplorable while you buddy up to war criminals. It's almost like she was just a perfectly horrible candidate. And yes, Donald Trump has no social filter and blurts out some of the most backward, crass, intellectually stunted garbage you will ever hear from a serious person. Hillary Clinton might be super nice, but that doesn't change the fact that she was a perfectly awful candidate. And maybe that means that she's the one to blame for her loss. And let's remember, in those emails that we're not supposed to read because there's totally nothing bad in them, we learned that Hillary's campaign was promoting Donald Trump to become the disaster that he is. Hillary didn't create the monster, but it's arguable that she flipped the fucking switch. And I'm not just doing this purely as an I told you so to all the people who said,
most analysts are saying that Hillary Clinton's going to win in a landslide.
I just want to make sure that everyone's pointing their fingers in the right direction. Hillary Clinton chose to run for president, and then she did it very poorly every step of the way. If you want someone to blame for her loss to Pussy Grab,